Hey, you guys, this is Desmond,
And this is LaCresha.
and welcome to the Unapologetically Honest Show, the show where we give our unapologetically honest opinion about our favorite shows. So, today we are here to discuss RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 14, Episode 8, 60's Girl Group. We are officially halfway through the season. We are, there's going to be 16 episodes.
I know it's like so dang long. By the time we finish this, I'll be through with my second semester of college.
Hey, at least this time we have a good chunk of girls gone, because think about last season. By the time we got to episode 8, only 4 queens were gone.
Yeah, true.
Now we got 6, 7. Did Carrie make 7? I can't remember, but we got way more gone. So I'm okay with it.
Even if one was by default.
Even if one was by injury. I'm happy. We got some queens gone, okay? They're at the house. But so far I feel like the season is paced a lot better than 13. I just think it sucked that we had to wait till episode 4 before somebody went home last season.
Right.
In this season, although they came back, we've had an elimination every episode except for
the last one.
So hang.
Which was justifiable.
Yeah, honestly, with the Daytona wins, like I said, they had to. They're like, there would have been no fair way of being like, hey, you didn't know that there was a big fart joke, but I'm gonna send you home anyway.
Right.
But before we get into the episode, we have to look at our top 4 predictions. So, LaCresha, you had Angeria Paris Van Michaels, Carrie Colby, Cornbread the Snack Jate, and Maddie Morphosis. You were down to Angie.
Hey, look, if Cornbread wouldn't went home on an injury, I'd probably still have 2.
Oh yeah. And for me, I had Cornbread the Snack Jate, Willow Pill, Angeria, and Bosco. But now I really wish I put Camden in my top. I now see Camden in the top 4.
Ooh, what if we both lose? And Stephanie
her final one, she only has one left, and it's Angie.
Oh, dang. Okay.
One all 3 of us has.
So Angie, don't let us down.
That part, or Willow or Bosco, if y'all want to sweep through and I can take my lead further. I can take my lead further.
No, we gotta be even again.
Because it's 11 to 10. I would like to make it 12 to 10. Saying it might be 13 to 10 after UK versus the world ends. We never know, honey. But anyway, yeah, so that's who we have remaining in our top 4s. Are you ready to get into this episode?
Yes.
I say we get into it. Let me share my screen. All right, so we start off coming back off of the non-elimination. Everybody's sitting down, they're talking, all positive energy.
Finally.
Bosco, my lord. Lady Camden. Super excited. She got the win, fully deserved it. One too many kick, but deserved it.
Yes.
Jasmine had a little bit of delusion at the beginning of the episode. Saying, yeah, I agree with Camden being in the top 2, but I should have been there. What top 2? Not that top 2. No. So Willow said something that really stuck with me. She said, this is a challenge where everybody did good, which she's right. Everybody did good. And she said, watch all of us bomb a challenge in the future. And that makes me think they kept that there, everything is for a reason.
Right.
I think my producer had it starting to come off a little bit, because why else leave that line in? Down the line, they all bomb a challenge. Oh Lord, I hope we don't get another UK3 where there's not a winner one week.
Oh, and everybody just up for elimination.
Not Jesus be a biscuit. We gotta watch and see, honey. We gotta watch and see.
We gotta watch.
We gotta watch and see. But yeah, I thought it was weird because that line kind of stuck out to me. I'm like, why did they keep that in? Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
So it's the next day. RuPaul enters the room, and it is time for the reading challenge in the great tradition of the legendary documentary Paris is Burning.
Mm-hmm.
Library is open because reading is what?
Fundamental.
And I have to say, this was a cute little reading challenge. I don't think anybody straight up bombed.
No, nobody really just bombed.
This is probably one of the better reading challenges we've had in a while.
Yeah, especially from first time around, Queens.
Yeah, because like all of them had at least one joke. At least
one.
Is there any read that sticks out to you in particular that just had you falling on the ground?
Bosco.
Oh, which one?
The last one. Oh my God.
But I gotta give Georgia some props. The read towards Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
Said, well, apparently white do crack. I'm like,
ooh.
I almost fell off my couch.
Ooh.
Because they released the clip, the first 10 minutes, and so I watched it, and that one just had me, had me. Lady
on the floor.
Lady Camden did really good. Bosco did really good. It was just, it was good. It was good. It was good. But
however,
Bosco got the win. Do you agree with Bosco winning?
Yes.
I do too. I was kind of torn in between her and Lady Camden, but that last joke really did it for Bosco. And I was kind of worried because, the ones that usually take a lot to get to the punchline, typically don't work in the reading challenge, but
that had a major payoff though.
Major payoff. It worked in Bosco's advantage. So Bosco won.
Yay.
RuPaul then announces that this week's Maxi challenge is a 60s girl group challenge where they have to do retro songs. Oh, when I tell you, this made my heart happy.
I bet it did.
For those who don't know, I love girl groups from the 60s in particular.
Yes.
Like the Shirleys, the Supremes,
just
the Ronettes. Like there's just so many good girl groups from that era. And I love that sound. You know what I'm saying?
The doo-wop sound.
It does it for me. And I'm not sure if it's because I spent a lot of time with my granny growing up or what, but it does something to me. So it's just, I love that era. Like I have a playlist of music from the 50s and 60s. It is so good. So good. But yeah, these are all screenshots from all the lovely girl groups. So I thought this part was weird. Typically, whoever wins the challenge gets to choose, they get to have some sort of power.
Right.
Granted, they get to pick a song, they get to pick a group, or something.
Right.
This time RuPaul said, do it yourself.
Right. Work it out amongst yourselves.
And honestly, I think you get more drama from it this way because honestly, Bosco probably would have tried to play it fair.
Right.
But honey, everybody was just talking over each other at first. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh no, this is chaotic.
Doing too much.
Way too much going on up in this.
And then you got like 16 people all wanting to be in one group.
Yeah, and then Lady Camden's like, hold up, let's go around the room and everybody say which group you want to be in. So we've heard the songs. If you were in that workroom, which song would you have tried to get a part of?
Either the Runettes or the Rupremes.
I would have went for the Rupremes.
Yeah.
Just hearing.
I would have did the Rupremes just because like I could do the whole like 60s shoulders.
Like I said, I'm obsessed. But I don't know. I probably could do the group that was inspired by the Ronettes because there is a particular performance of theirs that I constantly watch. And baby, they were getting down. Them girls, they were just a little. I was like, okay, oh, I feel y'all. And I found it because of sharing my business. But I like to make videos each year of my most played songs on Spotify. So I was like, okay, well, let me go find a clip of this song. And I found their performance. And baby, they were just getting down, getting down. I'm like, yes. And I've been obsessed with that performance ever since. But I think I would have fought for the Rupremes.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I would have fought for the Rupremes because, you know, I love the Supremes. Stop in the Name of Love is like hands down one of my top 5 favorite songs of all time. So just like, yes. And plus, I know RuPaul loves Diana.
Duh, who doesn't?
I'm gonna go do Diana. Shoot, I can do it. I can do it.
Just with the shoulders and the hands, and then you just kind of with the neck forward, because that's the thing she did, even though her shoulders was back and straight.
And like even when Michelle said in the recording when Angier was recording, never fully close your mouth. And I'm like, you know what? Diana never does when she's performing.
It's always like this.
Like she has a
I love you.
That is terminal. Like she will not close that mouth. I'm like, okay, honey, you show them teeth.
She'd have been an excellent cheerleader.
She paid good money for them teeth, honey. You better show them off. I ain't mad at you. Now, you know, I don't do rehearsals. Nothing really happened in the rehearsals. You know, they met with Michelle. They had to choreograph themselves. So I say, let's get up on this main. And we really didn't have a mirror moment this week.
Other than people trying to throw shade at each other.
Yeah, them trying to figure out why certain reads. Like, I'm purposely not talking about Diabetic because I'm just over her, to be honest with you.
Yes.
I don't even want to say she's the villain. This entitlement she's having is really annoying. And I bet she's a lovely person. I bet she is. But
she could be.
But the competition brings out the ugly in folks, and it's bringing out the ugly in Dia.
And right now she's favoring a certain client we both know.
Okay, we're gonna move onwards. So we're going to the main stage. Here's RuPaul's look for the week. I actually love this. I don't know how you feel. I don't like the shoe. Ru always wear them damn shoes. Ru, can we get a new pair of shoes? But the rest, in the way it shimmied down the runway when she was walking, I'm like,
I think I like it, but I think I would have liked it better if it had been the mini skirt it was supposed to be, like the pencil skirt it's supposed to be. That way when she walked, it had that showgirl swing. But other than that, yeah, it was cute.
I love the shimmy. I was like, come on, shimmy. Come on, shimmy. Give it to me. We have Michelle Visage wearing, somebody pointed out on Twitter, she's been wearing a lot of green this year, just in 2022, for somebody who don't like green.
I said that last week too. I was like, she's got an awful lot of green on.
But I want to say somewhere, I heard her mention, it's not just green. I think it's like that neon green she hates.
Celadon.
I think I saw that somewhere with her. That's the green she hates, and that's the green she critiques the hardest.
I mean, yeah, because that's like me. Blue is my favorite color, but I'm not a particular fan of neon blue. Like the blue in the background is extremely obnoxious, but
we have Carson Kressley.
Yes.
And Alec Papa!
Your favoriteest person in the whole wide world.
I love me some Alec. I'm almost done with Half and Half. It's hurting my heart. I've been purposely taking my time finishing it. Like I could have finished it weeks ago. But I'm like, I'm gonna take my time because I don't want it to end. But anyway, I love Alec. I was so happy to see him here. I was glad he was here for this challenge. Bring Alec back more. He gave great critiques.
They've had really good judges this year.
They really have. Actually, the past like few years, they've really stepped it up in the judges department.
I mean, they getting that coin now.
Like I want to say season 12 was like a turning point with guest judges, because like
Yes.
not only were they there, but they were actually giving great critiques. They were giving
Mhm.
stuff to help the queens better themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So usually before season 12, really it was just people there. Some of them you could tell never watched the show.
Duh.
But it seems like this UK and even UK versus the world, all these other spin-offs that Drag Race has, they've really picked out people who are fans of the shows, fan of drag, and is there to help them get better. And I appreciate that. So I clicked another thing of RuPaul just so we can go into the Maxi challenge. First, we had the Shangri-Las singing Bad Boy, Baby, Baby. What, did I not get a okay? I'm gonna say okay. I thought I didn't get close up. What did you think of Willow, Bosco, and Diabetti?
That's who that was. I thought. Look, I know one thing. Willow did really good on this.
Willow did good, but she was dead in the face.
She kind of was.
And I'm like, was she doing that on purpose? Because honestly, if you look at a lot of the performances from back at that time, this when they were performing "Baby Love, My Baby Love." So I'm not sure if that was intentional. It took me out of the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, the thing about Bad Boy Baby,
the topic of conversation.
Yeah. Like the other two groups gave me, baby, this, I could have heard this on the radio back in the 60s. This one, and when I looked at the groups, they did the best, in my opinion, collectively. Right. They had the routine down, they knew their words, and I was really engaged in their performance. It was just the topic. I'm like,
that kind of took me out.
It was taking me out, and I'm like, this isn't the challenge. Like, granted, you can still make it funny, but make it funny based off of something they would have said back then.
Right.
But I will say Bosco, in my opinion, was the best out of this group. And that line saying my sister likes to watch took me out each time. In the rehearsal, I was cackling. In this, I was cackling. I'm like, I shouldn't like this line so much, but it was so funny. They had their choreograph down. It was a really good, it's just the song. Like, the song was good. It was just what they were singing about, girl.
How they were, yeah. It was questionable.
And then at the end, the guy got hit by a bus. I'm like, wait a minute. What is going on in this song?
Well, if you ever you've watched Hairspray.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of that one, she gets hit by a bus too. At the end of the New Girl in Town. Sad for the new girl. Da, 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 da. Oh.
Is that what they were implying?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I thought the song was implying that another girl moved into town, so she wasn't the new girl anymore. That's what I took from that song. I didn't realize they were talking about the girl got hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm about to watch Hairspray again. I watched it last week. I'm about to watch it again. Particularly that scene. But yeah, they did a great job. We'll discuss the placements a little bit later. Up next, we had the Runettes with He's My Baby. Deja did good.
Deja did do good.
Deja did what's supposed to be done.
Yes. The rest of that was questionable.
And we're going to talk about the placements later, but I don't understand how Georgia's wasn't in the bottom for this challenge. She didn't sing. She literally spoke her whole part. and it threw the song off. Like even Jasmine with her heavenly auto-tuned voice was still singing. Like I was just so confused. I'm like, I thought Michelle was joking when they were recording it. She's like, okay, do we have enough time for her to speak it? I'm like, what? And just to talk about the when she was recording it with Michelle Visage, for her to be a dancer, she should understand the rhythm of music. Because her lyrics were good. Like I enjoyed the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like she couldn't get this thistle down. I'm like,
the countdown, yeah.
Follow it. And you're a dancer. So like I think Michelle should have broke it down to her that way. Follow the rhythm of the music. Sing along with the beat.
Right.
Because she could.
Well, I mean, she kept trying to give it to her. And she just kept going off beat. Because she would sit there and she would tell her, da 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 da. And then she go da 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 da.
And it's just, I think that would have helped her. But the fact that she had to speak her part because she couldn't sing it, it was throwing the whole song off.
Because it wasn't like a breakdown in the middle of the song. Because they did speaking parts in songs.
And that was at the end. That part was completely fine. But like she sang, Deja sang, then Jasmine, what's this girl's name? Georgia spoke, and then Jasmine sang. And I'm like, that just throws the song off. It just throws the whole song off. But, you know, Deja did what needed to be done. And poor Jasmine didn't know the words. Like, I know you record this pretty fast because I was watching the Bosco viewing party. And I think, if my memory serves me correct, Deja Skye and Carrie Colby were there. And they mentioned how they had probably a day to do all this. So they had to write it, record it, do choreography, get dressed, and do this all in one day. And I understand a lot, but when you write the song yourself, you would think the words would be more fresher because, you know, you wrote it.
Yeah.
But baby, she did not know the words. She did not know the words. And then last, but definitely not least, is the RuPaul's My Baby Is Love. They slayed it. They slayed it.
Yes. That was so good. Oh. And Angeria did so well.
It was everything I needed. And I was so confused by the critique they got. Now, granted, Carrie did mess up at the beginning. You know, they were going left, right.
I saw that,
right, left. But she got right back into it and slayed the rest of it.
Right.
And they even mentioned her going churchy at one point. I'm like, and that really pissed me off when Michelle said that. Because do you not realize a lot of the Black artists, especially in the 60s, grew up in the church? And they brought elements of what they learned through the choir and all the stuff into their performances.
Yeah.
So when you said it was too churchy, what are you talking about? That's what that era was.
Yeah. I think because a lot of it, you know, is just based off of, you know, oh, well, you're supposed to be the Supremes, and the Supremes didn't move that much. The Supremes were slight, gentle, fluid movements.
You see, if she would have said that, I would have not said a mumbling word. If Michelle would have said something about Carrie not knowing the choreography at the beginning, I wouldn't have said a word, because not one of them judges mentioned that she messed up the choreography at the beginning of it.
Right.
They were too gung-ho on the part where she was doing this. I'm like, but this was my favorite group.
Yeah.
Like, I like the choreography from the first group better, but like, this was the Supremes. This was My Baby Is Love. Angeria, hands down, killed this, hands down. And I thought Camden did a good job. I don't know what the judges were smoking this episode.
I think they're just nitpicking at this point because, you know, they didn't get rid of anybody the last episode. So now it's like, okay, now we got to justify why we're getting rid of whoever it is we're going to get rid of.
And like, I get that, but you still got to make it make sense. It irritates me that they think their audience isn't going to be able to pick up what the hell the production is doing. Like, we see you. And I understand you want to make the best TV show possible, but at the same time, part of being the best TV show possible, it needs to be somewhat fair.
Right. Because, I mean, like, if you're, what do we care if it's, well, no, we care, but it's like, we would much rather see you judge them fairly, because honestly, I think somebody else should have been in the bottom outside of Carrie.
Oh, I fully agree. And we'll get to that here in a minute. If you can't tell who I thought it was earlier, I will gladly tell you their name later. But yeah, I thought they did great. This is my favorite of the songs. Like, I'm gonna check Spotify later to see if they've been posted, because I want this. The other two, I can, in passing, but this one, my baby is up. My baby brings happiness. I need that. I do. I did in Angeria, and I'm glad she opened the song too, because oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But yeah.
Yes, all of the Ross isms.
So, the category on the runway this week is Hard On. So congratulations, you were on season 14 of RuPaul's Drag Race. They tell you to bring heart on. What would you bring?
I don't know. I thought about this long and hard. I really
You thought about heart on?
Yes.
Long time?
Yes. I thought about that love for a long time.
Mine pretty much came to me real quickly. Because I'm like, okay, I bet a lot, because I pause. And I'm like, right. I bet a lot of queens are gonna come out here in red. A lot of these queens are gonna come out here with hearts, giving you very Valentine's Day realness. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay, heart. And it clicked. And you saw it earlier when we were doing the test. Sailor Venus.
Oh. Cute.
I would have gave you a Sailor Venus inspired look. You can see her locket is a heart.
Yeah.
I would probably add a few more. I'll probably make the bow a heart, and maybe the star on the neck a heart, just to throw some more hearts on there so they can get the idea of heart on. And then, as you know, her special power is the Love Me chain. And as you can see, that's made of hearts too. So I think I would try to make me a cute little chain. So go around with it and make it seem like I'm sending out my power to help people who are getting hurt. So yeah, I would have done and plus it would have been orange. As everybody knows, that's my favorite color.
Yes.
A different take than what everybody else was doing, because I knew we were going to get a lot of red this episode. I'm like, oh, heart on? Oh yeah, we're going to get a lot of red, honey. But yeah, this would have been me so that I could be just a little different.
Just a little different.
But honestly, I wish I would have took a picture of it, but I think I should have got her Sailor, her princess look. The long, flowy white gown. But how would I make that heart? Because the heart is what part of this outfit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got a tiara. I'm sorry. Stop it.
Fantasizing.
I am. But yeah, that's the look I would have pulled out. So let's get to the runway. Up first is Willow Pill.
She came out in a bunch of underwears.
I lived. She walked out like, you know what? I fucks with this. I had to look at it for a second. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I fucks with this. Because I wasn't sure at first. I'm like, the first thing that popped in my head was this right here, a panty dropper.
Oh my goodness. You're so special.
But yeah, I love it. I love the pasties of the heart.
The Borat underwear.
It's all right for me. I like this. This is a toot. Diabetes is up next. What did you think of this look?
I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Yeah. I really like the boots. Like, these boots is everything. Like, look at them. Look at that.
Right. With the little green hearts.
But I didn't particularly care for the wig. nor the makeup,
Mm-hmm.
nor the outfit. And I was really shocked that the judges was praising this look. I was sitting there and I'm like, oh, she might get red for this look. I feel like it's not fully
Realized.
yeah, like I see where she's going.
Mm-hmm.
I see where she's going, but like I don't think she fully put her stamp on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna have to boot it, but like I see where she was going. But yeah, I don't particularly care for this. I really don't. Up next is Bosco. Yes.
Yeah, looking like Mother Monster.
And this was giving me very Frida Kant from Drag Race Italia. They would have recorded this around the same time, so I think it's funny how they both pulled a look out like this. But yeah, it's just I really enjoyed this. This was really good. Again, a different take. Still had the heart in the hand. Different color. I have to give her props for that. And as she said, it's brave for a drag queen to wear white.
Yeah. Then she turned around.
Oh yeah, and I'm shocked they blurred her butt out. Because they didn't blur out other people's butts when their butts were showing. I thought that was weird, but it's not like I wanted to see her butt anyway. I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to see Bosco's booty. I don't. I don't. But that's okay. Somebody wants to. And whoever that person is, I'm glad you got to see it pixelated.
Her boyfriend.
Up next is Deja Sky.
I love this.
Okay, thank you.
I like the Pokemon reference.
I thought we were gonna be different on this one. I'm like, ooh.
No, because I knew what it was when as soon as she walked out, and I was like, oh, Pokemon. I don't know characters' names. I'm not hip on the anime train yet. I might have to go ahead and jump on there.
I used to be on Pokemon like when I was a kid, but that was one of the things I just stopped watching as I got older. So like I didn't even realize this was a Pokemon reference. I just like it.
Yeah, but I got it, and I was just like, oh, I know what that character is.
I even like the blue wig. It gives. I love it.
Yes.
It gives that pop of a different color, and you're like, oh, work.
Right.
Work.
I was not a fan of this.
Now, let me say this. She looks gorgeous.
Yes, she does. But it's basic.
That's her name, Gorgeous. Gorgeous. We've seen her wear this.
She made this recently.
Every damn week. Like, this is still cute. Like, this is cute. Like, but we've seen it so many times.
Just different colors.
And yeah, she could work that runway, honey. Oh, she eats that runway up, and I ain't mad at it. But it's just like we've seen this. And my thing is, if with just some small adjustments, like with some small adjustments, I would love this. Like if this would have been a thigh high, a red thigh high, it would have given that illusion that there's something going on more on the bottom half than what it is.
Right.
And it's just, yeah. I'm going to give it a boot only because we've seen this on her multiple times, but I do like the look. But I have to boot it at this point. Like, and the thing is, they're not even calling her out on it. I
don't think they're paying her too much attention right now.
And this whole Born to Do Drag thing, I'm tired of hearing it. And, you know, it really makes me think that they're trying to do to her what they did with Crystal Versace. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my good girl, Crystal.
Right.
Crystal's the reason why I'm in the lead. But towards the end of that competition, she really wasn't with it. And we kept hearing, you're born to do drag. You're born to do drag. And Lord,
Crystal kept giving us crystallized jumpsuits.
Lord, if they push George's to the end, I'm going to be so upset. I'm going to be so upset. But yeah, boot. Boot. I don't like this.
It wasn't my favorite.
Boot.
I like the shoes.
Angie.
Yes.
And I love
I like that she switched it up.
I like that she switched it up, but like this is like the greatest week to do so because we did a 60s girl group challenge and then you come out in a 60s mod inspired outfit. I'm like, come on.
Right.
It's like it worked out perfectly for her. Now, here's the part that really lets me down. The I heart.
The I heart, yeah.
Now, if it would have just been the heart, I'll be like, okay, I get it. Heart on, you get it. I'm like, but the I heart you just really kind of took me out of the illusion for a second. And I kept thinking that wig was going to reveal to something. I thought she was going to snatch it off and something else was going to be under it.
Only thing I didn't like about the wig was just how unevenly cut it was.
It is unevenly cut. I like the wig, but it's just I thought it was a real like it looked like a wig that was going to be a reveal, like.
That was like I'm pretty sure that was like a take on a Gucci wedding dress. Was it Gucci? I think it was Gucci, where it looked like a condom.
But yeah, I really thought that was a reveal. But yeah, moving on to Carrie Colby. Now, they read her for this look. I actually liked it.
I like that look.
And honestly, I didn't notice the tights until Michelle said something.
That part.
I did not notice the tights, but once she said it, I'm like, dang it.
Right. Dang it, now I really wish the underwear had been red.
Like now I can't stop looking at it because she said something about it. I'm like, what? And Carrie said there was supposed to be a corset and something else for this outfit. She couldn't find the corset. She said she brought the corset, but she couldn't find it. And there was something else that she was supposed to have with this outfit. It didn't arrive in time for her to leave for Drag Race. I'm like, oh, okay. I bet somebody hid that corset. I bet I bet it was the producers, but I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, I actually like this look. I understood it was arteries. Another thing is she has the heart on the wrong side.
Well, technically, there is no side that your heart is on. It's usually
on the left side of our chest, honey.
It's in your middle. It's in your middle. It's just always pictured on our left, but it is actually in the middle.
It's on the left.
In the middle.
Well, even if, okay, say you're right, and the middle is still on the right side.
Right.
Like here or here would be great. Up next is Lady Camden. Now, I like this look, but the heart was way too big.
It was.
Like if it was just a little bit smaller.
I
could have been.
We could see you.
Yeah, you really can't see her upper half. Yeah. So here are our 9 contestants. Which one was your favorite look of the night?
Angie. Angie. It's between Deja and Angie.
I'm giving mine to Bosco. I think Bosco really slayed it. She really did. Now, you know how I feel when they work in groups.
And then they separate them
as groups. That irritates me when RuPaul says, you worked as teams, but tonight you'll be judged individually. No. They should have been judged as teams. And then why do team challenges if you're not going to be judged as teams? You know what I'm saying? That's my whole point. And it irritates me because sometimes they are judged as teams and sometimes they are not. You got to be consistent with it. It's either always be judged as a team, always be judged individually. Don't flip-flop.
Don't go back and forth.
Don't go back and forth. But I will give it to them. I want to say this season, each time they worked in teams, they were judged individually. So I'm like, okay.
At least it's consistent.
It's consistent with season 14. But me personally, I like it better is you work as a team, You judge as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, if we were doing the judging that way, Willow, Daya, and Bosco would be, in my opinion, the winning team.
Right.
Because although I personally enjoyed Angie, Carrie, and Lady Camden, I can't deny that they had the choreography down. They knew their words. It was fun. The lyrics were not my taste. They were not my taste.
Mm-hmm.
But like the overall production, they did that. And then looking at their 3 looks compared to the other 3 looks, because a lot of times they don't incorporate the runway. I do each time. Comparing those 3 to their 3, in my opinion, I like those 3 looks more than I like these 3 looks.
Right.
So it's just like I would say, Willow, Daya, and Bosco would be the winning team, with Bosco getting the win of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not how it went down.
Nope.
This was our tops and bottoms. Our tops was Diabetes, Angeria, Paris Van Michaels, and Deja Sky. Our bottom 3 was Jasmine Kennedy, Carrie Colby, and Lady Camden. Do you agree with this placement?
Why was Lady Camden there?
Why is Carrie there?
Why is Carrie there? Georges needed to be there.
Thank you.
1.
Thank you. Here's my thing. Daya should not have been in the top. It should have been Bosco and or Willow. I would have been fine with either one. Right. If we're gonna do it individually, I feel like Bosco and Willow did better than Daya in that group.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've noticed from the tops, if you notice, each top is from each team. There's 1 from each team. Now the bottoms, there's 2 from the Supremes group and then 1 from the Runettes group. But yeah, I've noticed if we're gonna pick a top from each one, I would have had Bosco or Willow up there. And then the other 2, Deja did the best in her group and Angie did the best in her group.
Right.
We're gonna do that. I'm just saying, if we were gonna do that, then we need a bottom from each group.
Yeah.
And apparently, I think I would have Georges in the bottom over Jasmine too, if you want to be honest, if we're going to do it that way.
But who would be down there with her?
It would be Georges.
Mm-hmm.
I love Carrie, but Carrie would have been for that group. And then for, honestly, Daya, in my opinion, did the worst of the 3. So she would have been in the bottom. But if we're going to do it just willy-nilly, whatever, Carrie should have been safe. Georgia should have been down there with her. You can keep Lady Camden there because I really can't see who else I would replace her with, because I still would make Diabetes safe.
Right.
And like Lady Camden wasn't bad. It's just when you list all the queens, she was low.
Right.
And then I would bring Bosco up and make Bosco, Angie, and Deja the top 3.
And then who would have won out of those?
Bosco. No. Angie. No, Bosco. I would give it to Bosco. But I got to give Angie her props. She has been in the top every week except for 1 week.
Right.
Every week. Now listen, unless they pull a stunt and something happens, you can't tell me she's not making top 4.
Right.
Yeah, I'm but yeah, they got their critiques. And then we found out that the winner is Diabetes. If you cannot tell, I do not agree with Diabetes winning.
No.
And I think it's funny how she called out Georges for getting a BS win, and then she gets one.
A whole total BS win.
Yeah.
And she just so uber happy about that little BS win too.
And I'm gonna give it to her, honey. Good job. You get your 5,000, honey. Spend it wisely. Get you some new outfits, some more makeup, etc., etc. Enjoy your coins.
Right.
I just find it funny how you were complaining about a BS win, and now you got one.
Right.
What, are you and George just gonna be in the same boat? Be delusional about the win? But I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me be in that competition, and I won something I know I shouldn't have. Baby, I'll be up in that workroom. I did. I won. Sure did. Did you win? 5,000.
Did you? No.
Yes, I won Snatch Game. because that's like the one challenge I worry about. Like I feel like I would bomb Snatch Game. Maybe I better have some good dancing shoes on for that challenge because, honey, I know I'm going to for Snatch Game. I know it. I'm gonna have, like, if some weird universe I somehow end up on that show, just know I am going to have worked the hardest on a Snatch Game. Ooh, okay, but Daya won, and our bottom two was Jasmine Kennedy and Carrie Colby. We discussed, I would have personally had the bottom two be Jasmine Kennedy and Georges. And plus, we know the lip sync is coming.
Right.
Like, they're the two lip sync assassins. At one point, they're going to crash. But granted, with this song, I can see possibly why they didn't do it. They lip sync to Unbreak My Heart, the Hex Hector remix. I hate when they do these remixes because they did it to Waiting for Tonight by J-Lo. They done it to Nobody Was Supposed to Be Here by Deborah Cox. And it's just like, it takes the emotion away from songs like those.
Right. So then one person's giving emotion and the other person's just giving dance moves and you don't know which one to pay attention to.
And it's just like, this could have been really good if you would have just gave them take me the sad goodbye. And I bet Carrie would have ate her alive because this lip sync in particular, I was confusion because I've watched it several times. It's my least favorite so far. But you don't see Carrie at all. Like
at all.
I had to go out my way to get screenshots of Carrie. But I have to give Miss Jasmine Kennedy her props. Lost one of the shoes and kept the other one on. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That is what you're supposed to do. You lose a shoe, you keep the other on.
Keep going.
And this was after she kicked off that shoe. But yeah, it's just like, I had to purposely like pause to get shots of Carrie. Like, it was very clear they did not want us to see what Carrie was doing. And I'm like, was Carrie like completely serving it?
She probably was.
Like, was she completely serving it and y'all didn't want us to see it? Like, why were we seeing this mediocre performance of Jazz? And I was really let down by Jasmine Kennedy. I'm like, if they're going to give you a dance remix, honey, dance.
Do it.
And it just felt like she was holding back, and then she was trying to give the emotion. We don't want emotion from you, Jasmine. If you would have just came out there and just ate her up dancing, I wouldn't have said two words. I'm like, she did that. But you were,
because I swear I thought Carrie was gonna go in, especially when she started doing the whole little twisty thing.
And like, I get it. Like, I do. You were trying to make sure we got some emotion too, but honey, we didn't need it. But yeah, they lip synced. RuPaul announces that Jasmine Kennedy is the winner of this lip sync. Do you agree with her winning the lip sync?
No.
I'm going to say yes, only because we didn't see Carrie's lip sync. Like, yes, she possibly could have played it, but she possibly could have bombed it, and they were trying to be nice with the edit.
That part.
It could have been either or. We don't know, but based off of what I've seen, I guess Jasmine won that.
I guess.
But now, Carrie Colby has to see if she is the lucky queen who has the golden chocolate bar. And unfortunately, she don't.
Right.
Which means we were saying goodbye to Carrie Colby. Next week, we get a mini challenge. I'm so excited. And I love a mini challenge that makes them look silly.
Yes.
I love that. Like, this look of Daya, I'm loving it. Yes. And they're bringing back the DragCon panels. I don't know about you, but first time they did it, I didn't like it. Now, if they do this along the line of how they did the pink table talks on All Star 6, then I'm down.
Right.
I'm down. Looks like Willow, just from the preview, looks like Willow's going to do really good. And Nicole Byer's going to be there next week.
Yay!
We're excited for Nicole to be back. Make Nicole.
Look, she went to the same wig maker they went to last season.
Yeah, probably went to the same wig maker that Candy and Olivia went to. I wouldn't be surprised, they've had cute interactions on Twitter about this hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
Really cute. But that is our episode. Honey hush. Overall, I'll say it's a decent episode. I really enjoyed the challenge because that's up my alley right there. The 60s girl group.
Doo-wop group.
That is what I needed in my life.
Mm-hmm.
The unnecessary drama with Diabetes, I didn't particularly care for.
Mm-hmm.
And then the judges' decisions at the end, I didn't particularly care for. And I'm starting to see that more and more. They're doing well in the challenges. It's just they get to that main stage and RuPaul loses his damn mind.
Mm.
But hey, it's called RuPaul's Drag Race.
It's not Desmond's.
It's not LaCresha's.
Nope.
RuPaul's. And apparently Daya gave RuPaul what she wanted, or she just wanted to push a narrative.
Either that or the producers did.
But somebody pointed out there's 8 queens remaining and 6 of them have wins. And I'm like, okay, look at the wins being spread out. Okay, even though a good 4 of them should have been with Angie, but I'm gonna be quiet.
That part.
They're not ready for that conversation for you.
No.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. Before we go, we know we've talked about a Celebrity Big Brother review.
Yeah.
In
light of recent events.
I just can't force myself to sit down and watch it.
I started and had to and can't finish.
And I've heard about the behavior of one of the contestants who I've said on this and our last channel multiple times, I feel real iffy about. So it's just like, okay. So we're not going to cover it, but we're super excited to announce we are going to cover season 7 of The Masked Singer. Now listen, we typically play along, so we will have our first impressions. Don't laugh at mine. Because mine are always
Don't laugh
bad.
at mine, because this will be my first time playing.
Mine are always bad. I either get it right on the nail or I am way off. I'm either, yes, that is who that is, or, ooh, I am way left field. But yeah, that's going to be coming to the channel soon. Super excited for that. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. LaCresha, where can they find you on social medias?
You can find me at Cresha McGill. That's CreshaMcGill on all social media.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SimplyDesmond. Thank you for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And we will see y'all later. Bye.